All right, man, welcome to Poverty Tare Tv, man, a place to be, man. I'm sitting here chilling with two of the most hottest people in BR right now. One from BR, one from New Orleans. Let them know who he is, man.
I'm Link, CEO of Bag Diver, CEO of Linked Up Management, and CEO of Deck House Caribbean Style Deckers.
Okay.
I'm DJ Savage.
Okay.
I'm DJ A&R, creative director.
And what brings y'all two together, man?
Business.
Business. Okay,
Business.
okay. So y'all in the music scene right now, man. What type of artists are y'all looking to, like what attracts you to an artist right now?
I'm gonna let you start off with
I'm gonna start with that. Like if me and Savage come together and like look for an artist, we look for creativity, delivery, performance, like rhyme pattern. Like we looking for a whole lot of stuff, and it just won't work. I mean, him as his DJ bracket, he can't just take any artist because he not gonna just take anybody. I'm gonna just leave it at that and let him take it.
Being real, going off of that, oftentimes I get DMs all the time. Artists try to pay me to play their stuff, and that's cool and all. I respect that, but they gotta understand that just because you throwing money don't mean it's gonna get played. If it's just that bad, it might not be bad, but it might not be. You never know. They don't listen past that. You get what I'm saying? If I just say, well, nah, or I might say next one or something like that, they don't understand. They don't want to understand.
So your platform is one that somebody can't really kind of pay to get on. You have to kind of earn your.
You really gotta.
Yeah.
You can. I always encourage. I'm not gonna turn down no money. I ain't gonna say that.
Okay.
I'm gonna specify. Like I just said, I'm not gonna turn down no money. But if you just not hitting right, you gonna leave me a choice. Because at the end of the day, it's my image that I gotta protect.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna send the first question out to you then. Why did you want to work as a DJ?
I can't dance.
Okay.
That was the first thing. I cannot dance at all.
Okay.
This go back to high school. I started off producing freshman year and got around to, freshman year started in August, and then by December, they had another dude started DJing. He always nagged with me though, because I was producing, he was producing, so it was always this little mashup. Well, he started DJing, and so I'm like, well, you're not about to just stunt on me, like I can't do it. Yeah, I go start in January of 14, and from there, I started off as DJ Beast Mode, and then in 2016, I became DJ Savage. We had to go through a little switch up. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Link? What made you want to be a manager?
Just because, it started off in New Orleans. I had a cousin that ended up signing a bad contract. So I ended up studying up a whole lot of stuff on trying to help him just because that was family. Then I wanted to keep pursuing it, so I kind of interned under another manager. And then he taught me the game and everything and how it really go, and I ran from there.
And I think that's really smart, bro, because I think that a lot of people don't really look up what they trying to do or study what they trying to do. Yeah. And then, like, once you look it up, it's like the more knowledge that you attain, it's like you can't stop learning. It's like it's addictive. Right. So that's a very smart thing for you to do. Back to you, Savage. What skills do you think a DJ needs to be successful? Like, what skills you think,
You have to be open-minded.
Okay.
You cannot be what I call a Baton Rouge DJ. And that's not calling out Baton Rouge DJs. I'm from Baton Rouge, so that made me, However, to be a Baton Rouge DJ is you just Baton Rouge. You don't hear what's happening on the West Coast, on the East Coast, up north, because 9 times out of 10, we don't hear it anyway. Music moves across the country real slow. You could go way to California, they gonna hear some stuff that you didn't even know was out. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like a job as a DJ anyway, you're not trying to hear what you hear on the radio. If that was the case, then you might as well plug up Pandora or something, My job is to bring you something different, put on the actual show. I might do something, go back to 2000s R&B for the whole night. And they ready to be mad. I don't care, because guess what? It's a show. You coming to see me DJ. You're not coming to listen to the radio.
So you think being a DJ is more of breaking new music or just kind of playing what's like trending and just making it all sound good? Or is it a little bit of both?
It's a mix of both.
Okay.
You know, to stay relevant, you get what I'm saying? You really, sometimes you gotta dip off and get them what they want. You always gotta give them a little bit of what they want, but still introduce the other stuff.
Okay.
And be smart as a DJ and know, okay, even though it's new, I could bring in this so they could, you get what I'm saying? Even if it's some new stuff they don't even know, slide it in, pull in some shit that they already familiar with, and they made that connection.
Okay.
Same way you had to, you know. It's about taking your personal life and molding around who you trying to be as a DJ.
Right. I can totally understand that. All right, Link, like, saying to you, like, what makes an artist want to work with a manager? Like, what makes a successful manager to you?
Number one would be knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, then you can't lead nobody nowhere. Another thing would probably be like a successful financial plan. And lastly, resources. If you don't have resources, what can you do?
That's fact. That's real. So how do y'all stay up to kind of up to date with the latest music?
They come into the private parties for the most part, I'm gonna be honest.
Private parties? Like, what you mean?
Parties. Well, back to Link, we throw the kickback sometime at the warehouse.
Okay.
That's when I'm in chill mode. I'm not at a show where I really have to be tuned in, you know, heavy, can't leave the station. So I have time to go, you know, intermingle with different people, meet them, and that's really how I get it. Just Apple Music, like I can say Apple Music for sure, because people now they can follow you, and I can see what you listen to anyway. They tell me. I don't even have to guess what you like because I see what you like. People post music all the time. Observing people, you just know, you pick up on certain stuff. Not being stereotypical, but people really, certain types of people really, you just know, you know. But going back to the events, is drinks bring out the truth. You get what I'm saying? His daiquiris, when we throw the events, that's all they can drink anyway. You know, it's already there.
Just one.
It's just one.
Okay.
You
It might be two, three flavors. Take about half a daiquiri, you wild. That's when the requests come in. I get a lot of requests. I don't play every request, but I take note.
So you think what makes a DJ also successful is just being on the scene and just being where the party's at and just being among the people too, right?
Being real observant.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You gotta observe.
Okay. Same question to you, bro. How you keep up with the latest artists and like the latest music and what's trending for like you to go and just see what's popping?
At the kickbacks, I meet a couple of artists that he probably met that I ain't meet, or for the most part, most of the showcases. I be at a lot of the different showcases, hiding in the back or something like that, and a different artist or, you know, realize what I do or something like that and give me the information or give me the Instagram, and I just sit back and play the cut. Like, you gonna post your music, you gonna send it to me if you think about me, you know. And a lot of times, I don't even tell artists, oh look, man, I want to manage it. Sometimes I just sit down and look, let me put you on game or something, man. Let's talk. You know, you make it big. I ain't trying to make a nickel off you. I just want to see you win.
On contrary of that, like, what are some of the things that an artist would do for, like today, if you met an artist who didn't nobody know, but he had some hot talent, like what would be some of the things that you would do to help him?
For one, what a lot of artists fail to realize, you have to, like, I would introduce him to the social media world if he's not already there.
Okay.
That'll be number one, because that's one of the quickest ways of passing it.
Okay.
Number two, making sure that I have somebody like Savage on my side, because he pay attention to a lot of the analytics and stuff like that with the numbers and all that. Then we would just make sure he stayed on top of his stuff with the content. Then we just gonna have heavily promote him, street promote, Instagram, and instead of putting his videos, like when he does his first video, instead of putting his videos on YouTube where it's more so self-promotion, we'll put it on Vivo, where Vivo will kind of help promote it a little bit more. And then make sure we keep him updated on Spotify, all type of different stuff. Anything we can do to make sure we can watch his numbers.
Okay.
And always make sure those numbers are growing. Okay.
With today's like social media thing, like what app would be the most powerful app right now with music? Out of all the apps. Like is your number one go-to app to see what's trending with music? Would it be Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, IG?
I'm gonna tell you, It's Facebook.
Facebook?
It's Facebook.
Okay.
It's Facebook.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling you, you're gonna meet old talent, new talent. You're gonna meet everything. See, the older talent, they're not really on game with Instagram. But the older talent are most of the time your best
I would
writers.
agree with that, and then you can share more easy and quicker.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
You can't.
Okay, now what app would you say?
I'm an Instagram person.
Okay.
It's I really don't use Facebook, to be honest. I feel like it's for older people.
Okay.
No offense.
Hey, man, I'm getting older myself, man. I don't take offense. I find myself on Facebook a lot of times more than IG because I kind of see more material, I think, on Facebook. I think on IG, I see more of just like what my friends are doing, the people who I follow. But on Facebook, it's just, you got groups, you got so many other things that you can do.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But what are some of the tips and tricks that y'all use to kind of, well, I ain't gonna say tricks, but what are some of the tips and techniques that y'all use to engage y'all listeners?
Really word of mouth and energy.
Okay.
Good energy. You all could do anything with good energy. You could just be a light in the room. People gravitate towards you.
Okay.
I done seen him not say nothing. And you got people coming out of nowhere. He be on live, didn't say nothing. They already clowning in the comments. When you got a certain energy, you know, you just have the ability to just speak what you're really trying to do.
Okay.
But when you get into greater detail with that, that's when you come into, we have conversations all the time, multiple times a day, about ideas. And then, so it might be 9 o'clock, I call them, with the idea. 5, 6, 7, even 10, 11, we discussing how can we make this happen? Is it reasonable? Can it really happen? You get what I'm saying? And I think that's really what it takes. Complete communication, criticism. I say stuff all the time. He like, Savage, you know.
Definitely constructive criticism.
You know what I'm saying? You know it's not gonna work. Same with him. I tell him like, look. So it just take. Come on. It just take having that kind of bond with somebody, or even people in general, to just really continue stuff, maintain. You know.
Okay.
A lot of times you see something and it look real good, and you'll stick with it for a while. You know. But
okay, what are currently some of your main challenges as a DJ and a manager? Either one.
Go ahead, I'm gonna let you take it. Go ahead.
My biggest challenges right now is with the artists.
Okay.
Artists are, I believe, under the impression that I'm supposed to reach out and say, well, hey, I'm DJ Savage, as you already know, because you followed me in the first place. I want to play your music in the club. But they don't understand the other side to it. You get what I'm saying?
So what's the other side? Like, you know, for people who watching and don't know when you use the phrase of other side.
Well, the other side of it is, why don't the artists go reach out like you're supposed to? Because whose single are you trying to break? I could go download 1 million songs, not including yours.
So you saying that artists should do more footwork with their music and reach out more, regardless if you're getting feedback or not? Because a lot of times artists will be reaching out and they might not get the feedback and then they get discouraged. So you say reach out and do more footwork if you want to get heard.
Right, you have to do more footwork and you're going to be discouraged. Like, everybody not going to like your stuff. At the end of the day, somebody likes it. And even though if I don't like something, you get what I'm saying? Just because I don't like it, if I see potential in you as an artist and I don't even like your song, I will still play your song. Because it's not for me to like. You get what I'm saying? It's for the crowd. But we get the ones who just be kind of cocky and they be feeling like we supposed to go reach out. They too good for them to pay for something or something like that. Or feeling need to flex in front of people if the conversation come about in front of other people. They don't even have to do all that.
Do you feel like artists only like, well, from my personal experiences, I feel like artists only pay for music videos and studio time. I feel like anything outside of it, I feel like certain artists, they really need to go to music school to understand that it's like all the ingredients makes the pie. You know, it's not just the studio time and music videos. When it comes to paying a manager or paying for shows, paying for marketing, paying for promotion, a lot of artists feel like that should just be free. And that's not true. And I think when artists are met with a price tag, they kind of shy away from that. And I think that's what kind of keep people in BR not really messing with each other, because it's like artists only want to pay for certain things, but they kind of forgetting about it's a lot of other stuff that go into that, you know. So when you get your song done and you go post it on iTunes, it's easy for to just DM everybody your song, but you gotta put the footwork behind it too to make me say, you know what, bro, I like him, I'm gonna go buy his song. You know what, bro, I like this person, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of artists kind of forget about that part of the game, and it's like, I think the most people that making the most money right now is the cameraman. People like me, people who shoot music videos, because you have an artist spend all his money on shooting every song to his mixtape that he downloaded off of YouTube that he don't even own the exclusive rights to.
Right.
So my biggest thing this year is not knocking none of those artists, you know what I'm saying? Pursue your dream, but I want to put artists more on the business side of it. If you're going to spend all your money on music videos, studio time, at least get paid for it 10 years down the line when your channel get monetized. Right. You know, so, you know what I'm saying? Just, so what you got coming out right now? Anybody that you're working with exclusively that you want to promote right now? Or like anybody that you work with that you want to promote?
The only person I really know for a fact I can speak on is Westside Shop. He got a project he got about to come out.
Okay.
I can't really, disclose the name of it right now because it's up for debate, but it's something serious.
Yeah, I like the Westside Chop because I feel like he has a political type soul with him. You know what I'm saying? He has a message in when he be saying, I've been around him a lot, and I like his music, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I dig. Anybody else that you think of trending right now in BR that you want to work with? Kills a Crook?
Kills a Crook, for sure. That's my dog.
Family first.
We actually got a song. I'm gonna drop it on y'all later.
Right.
I can say right now, we got a song. And when it drop, over with. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you produce the beat or you own it?
Nah, I'm just, I found the beat.
Yeah.
You know, bought it, we sent to him like, hey, I really need you on this. He sent it back the same night. Cannot make it up.
Straight up.
Same.
Work ethic crazy.
All
right. I never really understood how people send sessions off like that. Like, do you do it through email?
It's all it takes is email. I literally going through YouTube, found the beat, found a producer with the the link. They put the link all the time. Get the beat. As soon as it get to your email, you run it to his.
Do you send the whole session or just the beat, just the song?
Just the beat. For my case, just the beat, and he run the whole thing from there.
And just run it back.
And just send it back when it's finished.
Okay, that's real smart, man. So anything y'all let the people know before we get up out of here, man? You know.
That anything you need to know, everything you want to find out, you can find on my Instagram at the official link. That's LYNK. Please don't spell it with an I.
You can follow me on Instagram at the official DJ Savage, and my new Twitter at DJ Savage with 2 underscores.
Okay. Hey, man, Poverty Tare TV, man. You never know who you might see, man, and we out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how I dropped that bitch. But you gonna put that over that glass phone on.
I say, don't be hating on my phone that you can't see the screen on.
So I asked this nigga for a job. Nigga ain't want to hire me. I told the nigga I work for free. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never hired me. He ain't never called me back. So we was having a conversation on the phone. He was saying that his channel had got demonetized or whatever. So when at his interviews, I was like, okay, your channel must have got demonetized because of all the guns and shit that you be having in your videos. I guess when I said that, I must have rubbed him the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't never started. I was just trying to put a nigga on game. You know, I was a fan of his work. So when he ain't never hired me, I just went and got my own camera and started doing my work. I had the camera. I was trying to find some footage and, work for free. And I was like, man, can you believe that? Poverty Tare was trying to work for free, for this nigga. And I was just like, it just go to show me, like, I never overlooked nobody. Like, I kind of said it for to say that. It's like, I give people chances who be trying to get themselves a chance. If a nigga reach out like you did, like, man, what's the I remember seeing you at the protest. You know what I'm saying? So it's little shit like that I kind of remember that I feel like with the boxing matches coming up, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
you be fucking with that?
I do and I don't, because I feel like I love the entertainment side of it, but then it's like when that protest came, you ain't seen a third of them niggas at that bitch, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're gonna represent one side of it, you gotta represent all sides of it. Like being at a boxing match, that's cool, but when everybody out there protesting, you just don't see none of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? So I be kind of iffy on going to support certain events, because the shit that we should be supporting, you don't see these niggas. Then I tell the rappers that rapping and economics and politics and shit all go into one because the shit that you rapping about is mama doing bad, mama struggling, I'm in the hood, I'm trapping. All that shit is politics, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, how could you not pay attention about what's going on socially? Right. You ain't got to be engaged in it all the way, but at least be socially aware. You know what I'm saying? People so focused on who we gonna vote for, Biden or this person. It really don't matter who you gonna vote for. That's like saying who you want to eat at, McDonald's or Burger King. It's like it's no real difference. You know what I'm saying? So I be trying to do my interviews, but at the same time I be trying to let these niggas know like it's more than just rapping. It's deeper than rap out here. There's so much other stuff going on. Like they had people in Washington. That said that they didn't even know that black people stayed in New Orleans. They didn't even know that many black people stayed in New Orleans because they don't really know about geography and shit like that. People don't be knowing what be going on in other states and other cities because they don't take time out to study and learn, like what you was talking about with the manager stuff. And I think more people need to do that. Take time out, even if you smoke and drink or whatever. It's just like a car battery. Like if you can use Google for all the wrong shit, then you can use Google for all the right shit. You know what I'm saying? So look up for what you're doing. Study publishing and copyrights and ASCAP and DistroKey. Like study what these things are instead of just listen to somebody else saying sign up for it. And I think this new generation, the phones tell them what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could be talking to somebody all day from a manager point of view and nigga on his phone. I ain't even listening to nothing that you saying. And I think people need to get back to actually talking like what we talking, strategizing, putting plans together, and really trying to come up with shit. And I always been like that since day one. But I felt like the interviews was just like a back door to talk to artists because I feel like people look up to the artists. So right. If I can get through to the artists, everybody that's around you, you're going to get through, you know what I'm saying, to them. So some of this shit ain't really about no money, you know what I'm saying? It's like a little deeper plan that I have going on for 2021, but it's going to take all of us to really come together and play our part as a manager or whatever, because I don't know how to be a manager or a DJ. Right. I know how to cut this camera on and hold a conversation and just see what people are really about. Because niggas be talking this, but when it's time to walk the walk, you don't see none of them. You see the least people who you think you gonna see. I seen buku black women on the front line when I was marching. I got all the footage, I just ain't put it out yet, you know what I'm saying? But when you go study the footage and you start going really look, you start seeing black women on the front line. And I asked myself like, damn, if that was me that died, you know what I'm saying? You know, I have a black woman out there representing for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have old boy who I went over there and recorded and interviewed. He ain't out there talking about some, yeah, y'all. I got this black woman who don't even know me out here talking about some, you know, so it's like I start looking at things from a different perspective. And when you see me post on Instagram about the black stuff, I be trying to piss niggas off to like, nigga, y'all can't just be in the studio rapping about all this stuff and then outside the studio, you on some killer nigga shit. You ain't rapping nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you stand for something or you fall for anything out here. That was the only reason for me to just say what I said. And I would have said that with the camera cut off, too. Right. You know what I'm saying? But people need to hear this conversation and let people know that it ain't just me, it ain't just y'all, it's other people representing this shit too. You know what I'm saying?